In terms of alchemy, I find this topic so fascinating, and well, the more I research, the more I'm confused. Initially, it was the idea that alchemy was about transforming objects into gold, or transforming metals into gold, or transforming an object into its best version. So iron would be transformed into gold as its best version. The human body would be transformed in a perfect body because that's its best version. But then there's the other ideas which I like and I relate to, and I believe they're more realistic, and that would be probably labeled as emotional alchemy, which I believe it means to be able to transform negative emotions into positive ones. Sounds so simple, right? To transform negative events, well, not the events themselves, but the way we react to negative events or to events that we label as negative. Our reaction could be changed in such a way that we would have a positive outcome and learn from it. And also the emotions themselves, right? When we feel anger, we can and probably should transform negative feelings in positive feelings. If the anger is too strong and is becoming destructive, we can transform it into physical exercise, for example, right? You're angry, you feel like you want to punch everybody, well, go to the gym and punch the bag. So in that way you're working on your body, fitness, right? And you're also releasing all that anger, and you're punching a bag which is designed to be punched because it's called a punching bag. You're not hurting anybody. That's one way of using alchemy to transform some emotions which can become destructive if they're left unchecked. Suffering. Well, you have a broken heart. He left you for somebody else because you're no longer attractive. She left you for somebody else because you're just fat and lazy, whatever. And you're broken hearted. That's it. It's horrible. What do? Well, you suffer. The first rule of suffering is you have to suffer. So suffer, definitely suffer. But then you can, once you release a lot of that energy, not dwell on it too much, but release it, you can transform it into positive energy. You can use it as a learning experience, learn more about yourself, learn more about what you did good, what you did wrong, what you can do in the future. So what starts initially as a terrible breakup and broken heart and horrible experience, because it's one of the, to be in love with somebody who just left you is one of the most horrifying human experiences that we will ever live, which does not imply the loss of a loved one, right? The physical death of somebody else. Being in love and broken-hearted is horrendous. It's something nobody should ever feel, in my opinion, but it's so prevalent. If you can transform eventually, after a lot of work, a lot of suffering, a lot of crying, if you can transform that energy of a broken heart into a full heart, into a healthy heart, then you've achieved alchemy of your emotions. It's very difficult, it's horrible in every possible way, but it's not impossible. And when you really achieve that, and you will achieve it if you really want to, the feeling is amazing. You are able to dive deep into darkness and come out stronger and with a light shining in your hand or in your heart. So you can use alchemy to transform negative emotions into positive emotions and come out stronger, more experienced, more enlightened, wiser. It's awesome. It's awesome. Do we really need suffering? I don't know. I don't think we need it. I think we can live without suffering. But I know there's a lot of lessons to be learned from suffering if we use it in a constructive way. If we just let it take the best of us and overtake us, then suffering is just one-way ticket to the end. So we have to start working on alchemy of emotions. We can even use it in argument with somebody else, right? It's so easy to say, here I am preaching something that I'm doing so often, well, that I'm doing it in a negative way so often. But it can be done. I've noticed you can be angry and be ready to just open your mouth and say some stupid crap that you will regret. And you will say that, I will say that, we all do it from time to time. But if we manage to somehow press that hidden alchemy button, so from bleh, it just goes, all right, I will think about it. I am not going to let my mouth loose. That's still alchemy, in my opinion, because you managed to tame a dragon and you transformed it in a supernova or a phoenix. How about that? A phoenix rising from its ashes. Alchemy of emotions, alchemy of the mind. I think that's what true alchemy was all about, and not about turning metals into gold, although I'm still studying that. But we'll see how it goes.